This is an introduction to StampManage. StampManage is a software program written for Windows-based computers. It will run in Windows XP, Windows Vista, and Windows 7. It'll run in all versions of Vista and Windows 7, including 32 and the 64-bit versions. It's basically designed for a stamp collector, and it helps you inventory your collection, create reports. For example, if you need reports for insurance purposes or just to find out what you have and how much it's worth. You see here the main window for StampManage. It's basically divided into 4 separate sections. In the upper left here we have a collection view, which shows all the collections you have defined. The program ships with a default collection called My Collection, but there's no reason you can't create another collection for another person. For example, if you want to create a collection for your father's collection, stamp collection, you can do that and keep them separate. There's no limitation to how many collections can be added. Below there you'll see a folder which is the want list, which as its name suggests just keeps track of all the stamps in your want list. And then we have a deleted stamps folder which acts in a very similar manner to the Windows recycle bin. So if you delete a stamp, it first gets placed here and does not get permanently deleted until you actually empty the deleted stamps folder command from the main menu. So back here we have 6 stamps that have been entered previously. This is the list view, which is basically a listing of all the stamps that have been collected. If you scroll to the right, you'll see all information that it's available. So it keeps track of perforation, current value, date issued, as well as any comments or any other information you've added to this stamp. To add a new stamp to a collection, you click on the Add Stamp button at the upper right of the program, and it's going to bring up a new window with a series of tabs. The main tab shows a picture of the stamp. In the lower right we have a list of all the countries and categories available. You'll see there's very many for the deluxe version of the program. And scroll down, we can go ahead and enter a stamp. Let's enter a stamp for the United States. To see how the categories beneath the United States, you can just click on the little box to the left and it shows the categories: airmail, carrier stamps, etc. Let's say for the purposes of this demo we're going to add a airmail stamp that we have. Click on airmail. It now shows a listing of all the airmail stamps available in the StampManage database. You'll see here it also contains listings for sets. For example, C1 to C3 is often sold and purchased as a set, so you can enter the set instead of having to add new records for each one of the items in the set. So in this demo we're going to add a C2 stamp. We click on that. By the way, up here you'll see various headers. Right now you'll notice that the stamp variety list is sorted by Scott number. If you wanted to sort it by another field, for example date issued, you just click on that and it's going to show the stamps by date issued. You can also sort by description if you want, if that makes it easier. Let's go back and sort by Scott number. So we selected the C2 stamp. In the lower left you're going to see a window that shows all the values for that stamp in various different conditions and formats. You'll see the values, if applicable, for first day cover and plate block, as well as mint and used values. Let's say this stamp is in mint fine condition. We click on that and the value gets automatically entered, and the grade automatically gets selected over here as well. Let's enter our cost, say $40. And hit OK. You see it's going to enter that stamp to the airmail section of My Collection. And to the lower right you're going to see all the details of the information we just entered. Now you notice that some of the fields here have links on them. They operate in a manner pretty similar to an internet link. So if you click on them, for example, let's click on the colors section, green, it's going to open up this third tab here, and this is the View tab, and it allows you to look at your stamps by various different attributes. For example, the Colors section will show all the colors, individual colors that have been added for the stamps. And if you want to look at all our green stamps, you just click there. If you want to look at all your brown ones, just click on that one. To edit a stamp, all you need to do is double click, make your changes. Let's say we want to enter cost. Let's say we want to enter a cost here. Hit OK, and it makes the changes for you. In addition to that, entering stamps one by one could be very tedious very quickly, so Stamp Manager makes it really easy to pick and choose the stamps you have and quickly add them. So let's say, for example, we have all the stamps from C14 to C20, C22. Instead of having to click and enter each one of them individually, what you can do is go ahead and select them all, hit OK, and they'd all get entered. This makes it easier to just go ahead and enter all the stamps you have in your collection, and then go back later on and perhaps add conditions and values for the more valuable ones. If you want to do it that way, there's many different ways to do it. Stamp Manager includes a very powerful reporting tool. The program ships with many different predefined reports. One of the reports, more popular reports, is the album page view, and this report, all you need to do to run it is click on All Stamps Owned Album Page View, and you're going to be presented with a printout dialog. This allows you to direct the report either to a printer or to many different formats. You can preview the report. It can print directly to an Adobe PDF file, which is very popular. You can output your report to a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, or you could print it out to a HTML page, which may later on, if you want to upload the report information to a website, that makes it much easier to do it that way. So let's go ahead and select Preview, Start, and what has happened is this report is taken all the stamps in all my collections and output album page, a report similar to an album page where you have the picture of the stamp, description, date issued, color. You can always go in, and if you want to change the fields that are shown in this report, you can go in and edit the report later on to show additional fields. So that about does it. Now, if there's not a report in the program that you find useful, or you want to create a custom report, the program also has a Create Collection Report feature under the Reports menu, and when you click on that, it brings up a dialog box and allows you to create a simple collection report. Let's say you want the report to be in landscape. Enter the name of the report. Decide whether you want to show this images or not, and over here it's going to show you all the fields as they will appear. Now the program is going to cut off the fields when there's no more room available to show, but anyway, let's go ahead and just create this simple report. Click on Create Report and Close. And my report has been created. Now, another feature of Stamp Manager that is very powerful is it's context sensitive. So if you just want to run a report on a particular category, country, or collection, it's very simple to do that. You just click on the country in this example, right mouse click, and output, and select Collection Report Using. Here you're going to get a list of all the reports available for output. And the one we just created was called My Report, so we're going to select that one. Same print output dialog you saw before. Hit preview, start, and basically you've dynamically created a new report which shows the images we specified, and then it's including those columns that we specified to be shown in the order that we specified. Stamp Manager also has another powerful feature, which is a stamp identifier. If you don't know the Scott numbers of the stamps in your collection, it's very time consuming to look them up. So what you can do is select the stamp identifier. And here you can find a stamp depending on, you could use various information on the stamp, like for example text on the stamp. Let's say sorry, I entered a text field that really wasn't present, so you didn't see any results. So I went ahead and changed that to dogs, and what happened is it searched the program database, all 102,000 stamps, and brought back all the stamps that have dogs as a description or perhaps on the text of the stamp. So let's say the stamp we had was from Bulgaria. We may not have known that at the time, but we looked through the thumbnails and decided this is the stamp that we have in our collection. Now what we can do here is we can go ahead and add that stamp by clicking on Add with Details button, and it's going to automatically select that stamp, allow you to enter cost, hit OK, and here's the Bulgaria stamp we just entered. Anyways, I think that's about enough for now. Thank you for your time. If you have more information, you can visit our website. It's in this YouTube description, www.stampmanage.com.